like to bet you, and I think everybody's going to say the same thing, is your spirit.
Because she is like the most giving person that I have ever known in my life. And a strong person. I mean, she was a person of the earth, and I mean, she loved gardening more than anything.
Every time I came to visit Cathy, I knew that she'd be baking bread or working on some craft project or listening to some fantastic music. She always, or dancing. She's always just living life to the fullest.
Just seeing Cathy in those last few days and the memories it doesn't jive with the memories I have of who Cathy is, you know. Except that even in the last days, in the last weeks, you know, I didn't see her in her last days, I saw her in her last weeks, but I would think about her hands and how capable they were, and, you know, and still were, even, you know, right to the end. She had such capable hands, such strong hands and such able hands, and I've always admired them, and I remember thinking to myself, that's the part that still looks like Cathy, is her hands and just the tenacity. Her hands and the tenacity is what lasted to the end.
A couple of my friends, Leslie and Jean and Sue, went and sang some hymns for her, maybe about 10 days before she died. She wasn't talking very much. I mean, she could talk, but she didn't want to carry on any conversation. She was very, very thin. But we had this idea that we wanted to do that, and we went into the apartment, and each one of us went up to say hello to her and told her that we'd come to sing to her, but if she didn't like our singing, she was welcome to tell us to go away. So we sat down, we brought our hymn books, and we started singing Kumbaya, and we were all really like just so nervous, like afraid that she wouldn't like it, and you know, we didn't want to offend somebody on their deathbed. But we started singing, and it was terribly out of tune, but we kept singing, and it did get a little bit better. Cathy's mother would go up to her every once in a while and ask her if she was getting tired and would she like us to stop, and she wanted us to keep singing, so we did. When we left, she gave us a big smile. It was like when she smiled, it was a true smile. It wasn't, because she never did anything towards the end that was fake at all. If she was unhappy, she told you she was unhappy. But it was a big, big smile, and it just felt so good. And she said to us, well, I'll see you again. And we were all feeling like this is probably the last time that we'll see you alive. I mean, she looked like she was going to die that night, but she didn't. And when we left, it was like we had a real visit with her, like a genuine, true visit with her. But we really didn't have any conversation with her, except we were just singing. And I can't explain it, but it just felt, you know, we were all sad the next day and feeling heavy, but yet it felt like it was the best visit that we'd had with her during her illness.
Oh, she was beautiful. I can't say nearly enough, but you know, I don't know. I love her and I miss her. But I'm glad she's not alive and sick like she was.
So I guess I just think it's something we're afraid of. I mean, we're really afraid of death. But if we can just not be afraid to be afraid and to get close to the things that we're afraid of doing, it's like it makes you less afraid of death.